Hey everybody, welcome to BarberDave's Barbershop at Home for a Sunday. We're going to do a couple things different today. We're going to be doing a DE shave, and I'll tell you why in just a few seconds. But for our items today, we're going to be using Aromatics. This is from Scotland, and this is Lacranza, which is a very peaty, salty, briny type of Scotch homage soap. We'll be using the Lacranza aftershave balm as well, and then we'll also be using the Acro Malt EDP. These are some samples I had from Acro. And then, of course, we'll be using Quinn's, cucumber and mint. And then for the tools of the trade today, and there's a reason for this, we're using titanium, Aerospace titanium. We're going to be using the Blackland Blackbird in titanium, and then the Blackland Blackbird brush in stainless. I think this is DLC coated stainless steel. Okay, so here's what we're going to do today. We're going to actually go out to our remote testing facility, because as you know, if you've been watching ScuttleSoap, he paid homage to me, but in a very, very funny way, by putting on a powdered wig and saying that I'm old and I want to do tradition, and that him and the young bucks are going to cause a revolution. Now that revolution, you ask, is by using one of these, this cute little spray bottle. But I'll tell you there, Brian, does your little spray bottle have your barbershop logo on it? No, I bet you not. I bet you it doesn't. I bet you it doesn't. Anyways, this is a very, very rudimentary sprayer. And look at that cute little spa-like mist. Well, in association with Acme Aerospace, the first Kona in space, and Avocado Queen System Engineering Incorporated, we thought that by adding some nuclear components to it and by adjusting it, there's a small module that's now located in this that will actually increase the pressure. But being the fact that we've got a nuclear reactor and this has got basically some uranium and some plutonium in it, we had to be careful and take it out to our far, far, far out west testing facility. So what we're going to do is we're going to head out to that testing facility, and then we'll do the shave the rest of the way. So, and here's the other great thing. Avocado Queen System Engineering is just amazing. And what they do is they do, along with Acme Aerospace, they test UFO technology that we've captured. So the neat thing about it is we now have a transporter. So when I count to 1, the next thing you see, we will be in our testing facility. So 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, it's Barber Dave again, and as I had mentioned in our shave den, we are out at the secret Barber Dave's test facility in association with our sponsor today, which is Nurse Dave's Shaving World. But it's also in association with Acme Aerospace and Avocado Queen System Engineering Incorporated. Now, as we kind of mentioned, a couple of the guys over on the cadre are using one of these. Isn't that cute? A little spray bottle, and it does a little mist, and they're misting their face and saying that it's the easiest way to get water onto your face. Well, obviously, being with resources that are unlimited, we decided to come to our furthest most test center, and you may hear that in the background. That's the nuclear power plant under operation. And we're going to go ahead and do our shave out here today. Now, as we do our shave, the traditional way of wetting your face, the brush is already hydrated. But we're going to be testing, and we're going to see if what they say is true about using the mist for the thing. And as mentioned earlier, before we drove out here to this remote location, we told you what soaps and everything that we're going to be using. So, now, traditionally, if I need to add water, I take and I do the water like this and drip it in and then incorporate it into the shave. However, the other guys are saying to do it this way. And isn't that cute? You get a nice little misty thing. It's like you're in a spa. Now, does it really add that much water? No, it does not. But through Avocado Queen System Engineering and Acme Aerospace, of course, the first Kona in space. Now, for those of you who don't know, though, Kona is Wile E. Coyote's brother. He doesn't get a lot of play, but he was the first Kona in space. So, what we're going to do now is, because of the nuclear chance of this, we are going to make sure that we're safe. So we're putting on our nuclear crash helmet. We're gonna have to tie this up so we can do that. And what we've done is we've adjusted the type of power that this thing has. So this is the normal power, okay? And you spray it on your face, and you take the brush, and you supposedly get more water. I don't see any difference at all. Now, Nurse Dave has tried to accommodate them by spraying it right onto the brush. Now, is that a little bit better? Yes, it is. But we knew, even though we're traditionalists, we wanted to show these young whippersnappers who always want to change tradition, such as ScuttleSoap. That's the only one, because everybody else was already doing it and didn't make fun of me. So now it's coming back at you. Nice little powdered wig and all this Philadelphia Revolution stuff. Well, we're going to show everybody that the revolution really isn't what it needs to be. So what we did, now let me get ready here because we don't know exactly what's going to happen. So safety first, as always. So we're going to adjust this, and then we're going to spray it again. So on the count of 3, 2, 1. Now see, that's the way it's supposed to go. Now that is understandable. Let's try this one more time on this side. That's better. See, you get a lot more. So if you're going to do the spray, see, now that adds plenty of water. So you new guys, you need to update your sprayer bottle to where it does more like this. Again, safety first. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. See, now that's the way it's supposed to go. So we're going to go ahead and shave, and we're not done yet. So we're going to go ahead and shave here real quick. Now we're using a DE razor today because of the remote location of where we're shaving from, as well as the fact that we're using Aerospace technology. We're using titanium for both the brush and for the razor. And this razor has got a Wizamet blade in it. Now, since we are remote, we have very limited water availability. So normally I would open up the sink and I would rinse my face and then lather again. But again, we want to make sure that we can show you that this little spray bottle can also rinse your face. Again, safety first, and on the count of 3, 3, 2, 1. And see, if you keep it going, you can rinse your entire face. And one more time. Okay, so now we're ready to lather for pass number 2. And see just the beauty of when you just update this small little thing by adding part of Avocado Queen's and Acme Aerospace water regulation module. You can find the water regulation model the model of the water regulator on avocadoqueen.com for $1,327,000.26. Now, that price will probably come down as we sell more of these. Now, this is already advocated by a few shavers. We have had some mishaps, and well, we'll be going to funerals in the next couple of weeks because unfortunately, plutonium and uranium mixed with water doesn't go too well. So, let's see, we're already very well hydrated. It's beautiful, and now we're gonna go ahead and do our second pass. So I would say to ScuttleSoap and Cutthroat Journey that if you are going to change tradition, do it right. In other words, don't just get one of these little tiny spray bottle thingies. Come on. It shoots a mist that evaporates as soon as you spray it. So in essence, you're not getting the slickness that you really need on a regular basis. Therefore, you're not getting a close shave. And I proved that, or I can prove that, with the fact that Brian Sir ScuttleSoap. ScuttleSoap? No, ScuttleSoap. See? It's the radiation. I'm telling you. Right now, it's the radiation. But as you can see, a smooth, perfect shave. But once again, we're going to test this with the rinsing properties, and we'll probably go for at least 5 to 10 seconds. So once again, I've got plenty of the nuclear power in there. Okay, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. And see how wonderful your face rinses off. See how wonderful your face rinses off? It's beautiful. And then we add for our final pass, and then we're going to do a super, super thing. Let me ask my assistant real quick if we're okay with our plutonium or uranium. Avocado Queen, how do the systems look?
We're at 95.
95%?
Yeah.
So do we have enough to rinse and everything else, you think?
You bet.
Okay, did you bring the Geiger counter?
We're at 95.
Oh, the Geiger counter's at 95. Okay.
Two.
What?
95 all the way around.
Okay. Now, the only problem is with this new module as we're testing it, the only problem with this new module is you get a little bit lightheaded because of the nuclear or the atomic radiation. And unfortunately, I did not bring my glasses with me, so you learn how to shave by feel. Because honestly, I cannot see you in the screen. I cannot see myself. So I am doing this using the force. Yes, the force is a real thing. And if you notice, Mr. ScuttleSoap, I am doing this shave blind, meaning my muscle memory from tradition and the water usage, which is too wet almost because we're using that. But since I did this, this takes your design and just magnifies it. And look at that, even a fool's pass blind. Look at that, this is a DS-BBS shave and using the Vector, or not the Vector, the Blackland Titanium. It is just absolutely amazing. So we're going to do a major rinse, probably 20 or 30 seconds. And like I said, I'm going to turn this up a little bit more. So here we go. You ready? Go. And it's wonderful. And the wind that you get, I mean, the winds are probably somewhere in the neighborhoods of hurricane strength. And it just really helps. And we're almost completely rinsed. Let's turn it up a little bit more. Oh, absolutely wonderful. And look at this. Perfectly cleaned off. Nothing on there whatsoever. Just absolutely beautiful. So, I've taken it to a whole nother level for this shave. And it's just absolutely wonderful. So, as you can see, as long as you have your safety equipment, you can get away with the actual spray. So I had to do that without because I am brave and I'm testing it for you. But normally you would do it just like this for 10 to 20 seconds. See, and that's how good it works. So, look at that, a beautiful, 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 beautiful. Now, what we're going to be using for our witch hazel, we're going to be using Quinn's, because Quinn's is the #1 witch hazel choice for BarberDave Technologies, Acme Aerospace, Avocado Queen System Engineering, and Nurse Dave. Hence, Nurse Dave's Nurse Dave's Shaving World, the bluest poker chips in San Francisco. So, as Dave says, you just need a few drops. Let that dry off a little bit. Now, I think I can safely remove my nuclear safety goggles because I think we're okay as far as the radiation. You can still hear the atomic items going on, but I think we're okay. Now, also, if you're going to use a soap, make sure that you use something that's manly. You know, some of these soaps that I've seen Brian use are great soaps, nice and citrusy, but are they really manly? Now, manly, meaning not bourbon, but Scotch. And Scotch is the way to go. So, we are using today, as we said earlier, the Lacranza. And then for the aftershave balm, the Lacranza, which is Scotch, malt, peat, sea salt, anise. Just wonderful, wonderful stuff. And we're going to be following this up once we get back to our studios and use the Acro Malt, which is a Scotch-based and Scotch-feeling EDT. So, from BarberDave's Technology Center and Testing, we're going to switch back, and we'll see you next time. And that's why we didn't do a straight razor shave today. So, ScuttleSoap, Cutthroat Journey, Nurse Dave, and everybody else, thank you for joining. And we were proud to do this for you, our buying product. And remember, the sprayer adjustment, water adjustment kit can be purchased from Avocado Queen System Engineering's Incorporated for $1,327.26, which is a bargain. Now, probably next year, the year after, they'll probably come down to like $5.99. But you want to get in early while they're still good. I'm Barber Dave. This has been BarberDave's Barbershop at Home. Hope you had some fun. We'll see you again next time.